Let me get in my bag real quick. All right, so look, I'm gonna start off by talking about Andrew Schulz and the Kendrick Lamar line and all that other good shit. Like I'm gonna start off there. I'm gonna start off there. That's how I'm gonna start off the stream. With this music shit, because this whole conversation, and then I'll get into like the Drake lawsuit shit and whether or not it sets precedents and because that part is just annoying to me. Like it's like really annoying. You can't be serious. People are looking up the lyrics to Last Christmas on Genius. So look, the Kendrick Lamar line. All right, let's get into this Andrew Schultz Kendrick Lamar shit. All right, cool. Now look, for some reason people keep linking this back to Drake somehow. That he ain't got shit to do with this conversation. N- Zero. Zero to do with the conversation. Nothing to do with it. Kendrick Lamar said, "Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law." Now, who the fuck else could he be talking about besides Andrew Schultz? Besides Andrew Schultz, somehow some people tried to shift the goalpost to where, oh, Kendrick Lamar wasn't talking about the white comedian. He was talking about the black people that let the white comedian do it. How does that even make sense? If that's the case, Kendrick Lamar would need to scrap his entire project with South Park. He would need to scrap it because they've been Michelle Obama, Oprah, Halle Berry, Lizzo, Janet Jackson, uh, Serena Williams. I'm trying to think of other black Nicki Minaj, other black women, other black women. Lil Kim got jokes by them. Uh, 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 Beyonce then got jokes from South Park. Um, Hell, all of Destiny Child and got jokes from South Park. So nobody is safe from them. That was just offhand episodes that I could think of South Park where they made jokes about black women. So that would mean you can't let South Park make them jokes. That would mean the whole token arc, like they had a whole episode. That shit was so funny though. They had a whole token arc, like it was mainly about token and like what like his bro. Oh my god, that episode was so wild, bro. It was so wild. And they do that like every once in a while. They do like a little token mini arc. Bro, they were going crazy. And you know, black women was getting shots during just the token arc. Like with his mom and dad situation or whatever. You know, hey, it was a thing. It was a thing. Like, I'm not even surprised. So with that being said, since that's happening, right? Since that's happening, he would the creators of South Park, they're white, if you didn't know. They're white. So that would mean South Park can't make those jokes. That's false. They can make as many of those jokes as they want to. As many of them as they want to. Why? Because it's comedy. Andrew Schultz, he said the joke on his podcast. Now, did I find the joke funny? No, I didn't find the joke funny. However, I don't find every comedian's joke funny. But that doesn't mean they don't get the right to make jokes about people. I mean, hell, on his own show, he makes jokes about the show he has with Charlemagne. He's almost like he's like the only white dude on camera because you have the black girl that they have, you have Charlemagne, and then you have Schultz on cam, and then off cam there's another black woman, and then there's somebody else. There's a couple other people. With that being said, does that mean he can't make jokes about them no more? Like, like no, some of the jokes he makes about them, they're funny. They're very funny, to be honest. And the jokes they fire back at Schulz are absolutely hilarious. But I think that's what happens in a perfect world where you have a freely shared ideas, is where people share different things, and sometimes it's like, oh my god, you made a good joke, and other times you make a bad jokes. And the thing is, with Shits and Gigs, when they were on there on what is this, July 17th, um they were on his yeah, they were on Brilliant Idiots. They were on his podcast. um he made a joke, and it didn't land with with Shits and Gigs community, because they're not the audience for that. I think Shits and Gigs themselves, they should have realized what their core audience was and not done that one. That stop immediate. They shouldn't have did it. They shouldn't have did it at all. They shouldn't have did it, because it was never gonna land with their audience. It was never gonna land. Like, yeah, the joke didn't land all the way. It bombed. Okay, cool. That happens all the time when black people, black comedians, they make jokes. For instance, Dave Chappelle, he made jokes about the trans community. It didn't land, but it didn't land within the community. Not like it didn't land. Period. Like, I laughed at the joke, but it didn't land with that community. That happens. That happens a whole lot more than people are willing to admit. You know, and sometimes some comedians, they're able to do that line and not go too far. They thread the needle very well, and it lands properly. But Schulz didn't. But I don't think this gets to a place where you say white comedians can't make jokes about black women. Like, and then Charlemagne brings up, and the only reason I'm just saying it versus showing it, because normally I show it, um they would copyright claim the F out of this video. Probably would be suppressed. Probably might get me a copyright strike. So I'm gonna leave them alone. Okay. So Charlemagne, says back to him, oh shit, what did Charlemagne say? Charlemagne mentions with black women, blah, 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 blah. I don't quite remember all the way now what Charlemagne said. But either way it goes, Charlemagne, you know what I'm saying, he recognized the fact that, this joke you didn't land, you know what I'm saying, did you blah 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 blah. And he was like, nah, you know what I'm saying, I'm hype, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, I made it, on the billboard. And then you got these other people like what's his name? Damn, what's his name, man? Ebro. Ebro. Then you got Ebro saying, yeah, then he talked to Ebro. And well, not Charlemagne talked to Ebro, but Ebro was bringing up the fact, like, oh, he wasn't even talking to the white comedian, he was talking to the black people around the white comedians. And I'm like, that still doesn't even make sense. Like, how did y'all, like, look, here's the truth. Excuse me. Sorry. Here's the truth of the matter, okay? Um there's hypocrisy in that line. There's blatant hypocrisy. And you have to realize it. That's why I started with the South Park stuff. You have to realize that, and you have to just accept it. There's blatant hypocrisy. Yes, sometimes comedians miss the mark, but that doesn't mean like no white comedians can make the jokes. Oh, I remember now. Charlemagne was talking about Gary Owens and was talking about, oh, Gary, he could have been talking about Gary Owens because Gary Owens make jokes about black women. Well, he was like dating one, married to one, or whatever. Like, he gets to make jokes about his fucking spouse. He does. And if the spouse just happens to be black, white, Mexican, whatever, he can bring up their race as part of it. It's his fucking spouse. What do you want? Or if it's his girlfriend, whatever, it doesn't matter. That's his significant other. He gets to get his shit off. That's what comedians do. Whoop-de-doo, oh fucking well. You're not safe just because you feel like, oh my God, I'm a black woman. You can't make jokes about me. Oh my God, I'm a woman in general. You can't make jokes about me. You know what I'm saying? Or insert whatever race. You can't make bullshit. Bullshit. Everybody gets these jokes. Everybody gets these jokes. Hell, I get jokes. Hell, in my comments, I get jokes. I get jokes I don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Whether people ripping on me for my acid reflex, so that's I kind of be like randomly like burping and shit. It just it's part of my acid reflex. I can't do nothing about it. So when people make the jokes, I just kind of just go, all right, you got it, chief. I ain't gotta repackage my medical condition, nor am I gonna like use it to go, oh my God, oh my God, I can't believe you talked about my medical condition. Oh my God, no. Like, nah, I'm be okay. I'll be okay. I have tough skin. You know what I'm saying? Again, like I grew up watching South Park. Like, there's not too many jokes that are gonna like make me go, oh no. Like it's the thing is when people try to characterize something that's racist as a joke. And I think a lot of people with the Schulz thing, when they got mad at shits and gigs, they looked at it as racism and not a failed joke. Schulz thing was a failed joke. It was a failed joke. I wouldn't say it was blatant racism. It was a failed joke, but they took it as racism because they're not the community for him. They're not normally in the room. And that's what's wrong with people that are chronically online. Like, get the fuck off the internet. Get the fuck off the internet. Like, how are these people popular? How does Schulz even have an audience? Because those people aren't chronically online. You don't even see them arguing with you. It's y'all in an echo chamber saying how bad he is. You need to newsflash. Why does he go to these places and be able to shell out? Excuse me. People say the same thing about Charlemagne. They're like, oh, he's a coon now. And I'm just like, really? Really? That's where we at? Because his friend made a joke you don't like? He's a coon? Really? Shits and gigs. They're coons now. They don't care about black women now. Because they let the joke fly. Because they didn't really know how to react in the moment. They didn't process it in the moment the same way you did. Because you're sitting at home in the comfort of your room and you aren't live and having to react in real time. People always talk mad-ish when they're watching an event occur versus when you're in the moment. I'm telling you, everybody acts different. All right, everybody acts different when the actual gun is fired. Everybody acts different. People talk tough. People talk shit. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Blah blah blah. The actual bullet gets fired, and you get to see who's really who. Because either you're a oh my God and you freeze up, you're a oh my God and you flee, or you're oh my God and you up it back. That's it. There's only three types of reactions. And you can take that same principle and you can apply it to anything else in this world. Anything else. You either freeze up, you react and fight back, you know what I'm saying, attacking back the point, or you flee from the point. That's it. That's it. Again, it's I don't know what to do. I'm going to save myself or I'm going to save myself and others. That's it. Then the three options. There are no heroes. I don't know what y'all wanted them to do. I really don't know. I really don't know. The longer I sit and think about it, the more I realize people are just chronically online and they don't live in real life and they've never experienced any real moments to where they've actually had to react to anything. Like and again, like that's not a law. Like anybody can make a joke about anybody. It's America. The freedom of speech. Get over it. Get over it. You know what the easiest way to make that whole thing irrelevant is? The easiest way to make it irrelevant is to not give it air, to not even address it. That's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it. Straight up, that's the best way to do it.